regional so sure. And the parishes and jobs we were.
Jim Shepherd, I'm from right here.
Hi, Jim.
Unique state Florida, this is my 16.
Okay.
I Miller from St. Luke's and Evers. Currently, Janice Nair, St. Louis Evers. Tracy June from St. John's.
Another question from St. John Westfall.
Billy Myers from St. John's West. Rosemary McDonald, St. James, Brooklyn.
Ted McDonald, St. James, Brooklyn.
Pat Gooch from St. Andrews, Cold Harbor. Nikki Hetherington, St. Andrews, Cold Harbor. Carol McMaster, St. Andrews, Cold Harbor.
The only one we missed is Paul over there.
Fevens.
Paul Fevens.
Evans. Oh, sorry.
And our treasurers.
Okay, time check. How are we doing?
20 to.
Oh, we got loads of time.
Yeah.
Today, everybody has with you the agenda. On the back of the agenda is our licensing minister prayer. Just a heads up that before we say the peace in the service today, I'll be leading you in this prayer. So if you haven't committed it to memory, like me, I always forget one line. I'm taking the so I can say. Okay. So there's a beautiful bulletin.
So we also need folks for our readings. Okay. No, I don't. Okay. She has people to do them.
Yes.
Okay. Good enough.
All right. So whoever's reading in the day service knows what they're doing. Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
Who's
Okay.
reading? But
Who's reading?
yeah. Okay. So we got Dennis.
You're doing what reading? And you're doing the psalm. Who's doing the first reading?
So that's what I'm saying. I don't think we need a volunteer to it.
Yeah, we do.
I can do the first reading if it needs to be done.
Okay. Thank you.
What's the first reading?
Drop the head.
Okay.
You know what you're supposed to be able to do, just like the priests. You're supposed to be able to pray, preach, or die at any time, right?
Yes.
Yes, it is printed in the bulletin.
If not, I've got it wrong. Yeah, in case you there's ways of it. Yeah.
But I don't. I don't have a copy of the bulletin here. They're all.
Yeah, I thought she had left one here. But they didn't.
Check, Darlene.
Yeah.
Okay,
We're doing good.
I think we're doing good too. So,
We got a few more coming yet. It's crazy. It's just. Yeah, you didn't write them all down as we introduced them.
yeah, no, I didn't. I have no intentions of doing that.
Yeah, someone should say.
Well, we haven't memorized the prayers, you should have them memorized.
Do you really need my email? You should have my email.
That's just if you have a change in email or we know we have your email. Does everybody here receive stuff from the Lay Ministers Association? Yeah. So you don't have to put your email in there.
So as soon as we finish signing ourselves in, I think we'll move towards the church so that we settle in for 10 o'clock because it's just about 1:45 now by my clock.
Just maybe about 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's
Church. In close to the time, right here.
Yeah, Robert, we're just gonna sign in here
Yeah,
and,
I said when we are finished.
Oh,
yeah. So that'll take a little while.
Yeah.
Finishing the Andrew.
Yeah.
You're saying about being able to read at the drop of a hat
Yeah.
as a lay reader, but I took many years ago, I took a course on how to read properly, just in general. And one of the things was, this is religious, it's spiritual, so you have the right to, if someone wants you to read without reading it, you have the right to say no. You should feel right to say no to reading cold, because you shouldn't read it if you were reading cold. You should
No.
know it going in.
No, yeah, that's true.
But there are times when.
Oh, there's one thing. They used to go to church though, first lesson in reader, if you say a lot.
Yeah.
Started staying out of the congregation, so I just.
Yeah.
In our church, there's the song and. Praise.
Okay. Or you find the lines.
So I think everybody's not like, if I'm gonna do this brand new day.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
What?
You have guys go up.
And I'm.
No.
So.
Yeah.
So it wasn't good there. This person was doing the home with that Sunday, it's stuck somewhere, so she emailed. She had her to free. Reverend Lori. Here.
What is this?
Oh.
No.
Things, he's set to go, Janet, she's been rolling over here. And
Oh, gosh, yes. You, for today, you mean, or?
sleep it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to get a couple of pictures. I'm really confused again. Can I move that banner up behind it?
Yes, you can, yes. Also, take the base.
When you sent to.
It's announced to.
Yes.
Also, maybe it's a dog. And you were looking
Like on the table, just so we have, I mean, I know we have it on, we'll have it on Zoom, right?
now, so everything works.
Yeah, yeah. No, which is between the individual.
Yeah.
But any.
John's, don't really have. I'm gonna use the old.
Now, in a few minutes before, I just wanted to give everybody a toast of what we're doing. We've all. Lord be with you.
Also with you.
Before we go over to the church for the service, I just wanted to bring you up to speed on what's happening today. So our registration is now pretty much complete, and I welcome all of you here today. This is a great turnout considering how busy people are in their parishes. We will have we will gather in the church, and we will have our Holy Eucharist, after which we will be coming back here and having our annual general meeting here immediately after the Eucharist. And that's usually what we do. Then after we have finished our meeting, approximately 12:30, we will be having our lunch provided by the parish here. After the lunch, I'm hoping that there'll be a little bit of time to mingle and talk to each other. But by 2 p.m. at the latest, we will go over the new curriculum, which has been approved by the bishop for everybody. You've all got your copies, the little copy. For those of you who can read small print, it's a handy dandy thing to have on, kind of thing. And I did make a few bigger copies for those who'd like to have a larger print size, but that is already on the website. so you can get it at any time. After our presentation of the new training curriculum, we'd like to hear your feedback. And finally, we will hopefully finish, but don't hold me to it, at 3 p.m. Okay, so if everybody is ready, has everybody signed in? Where's the sign-in sheet? Yeah, has everybody on this side had it?
No.
Coming around this way. I'm gonna start around this thing.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So those of you who have signed in and would like to go take your places in the church, we'll be there as soon as we can get there. Okay?
So if you like to follow me,
Yes,
you know, area of the side church if you walk down.
okay, there you go. So Robert will introduce you to the church outside.
You guys can sign in later if you want. Don't get. She wants to, she said, it's Mr. St. Andrew crowd. They want to go on the tour, so.
Excited.
As long as you sign in, we don't care.
Yeah.
By the end of the day. Absolutely.
That's just free for minutes.
Yeah, that's what I know.
Do you have any more of those?
Are you taking them to the church or?
No, I don't have any more of those. Do you want that one? Yes, please. Take it. Thank you. I don't know whose it is, but take it. So, Dave,
Hello.
what can I do now? Can I turn this can I just pause the meeting? Or
Yeah,
do I need to leave it open?
it doesn't matter. As long as I keep it open on this end, it should be fine.
Belongs to Darlene.
Okay.
She said she got it and she said it's a rainbow.
Yeah,
I don't want to, you think it's hers? This is hers. Yes.
there's a rainbow something here. This is it.
So there is a section for members' concerns. But if you think of anything as we go along, right?
Okay, so that's what that section is, yes?
Yes.
Yes, they should be. Thank you, Claire. That's what we need, more sets of eyes on this. Okay,
Well, they're right on the minutes, but they're not right on the agenda.
okay. So with those amendments, do we have someone who would like to move the acceptance of the amended minutes? That's Robert? Agenda, sorry, John. I'm reading ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Making it slowly.
Exactly. So Robert McMillan is making the motion to approve the agenda as amended. Do we have a seconder? Who will be picking?
Doesn't make any difference. Ted?
All right,
Okay.
Ted McDonald. Okay. So we have a motion put forward. We have a seconder. All in favor? Contrary minded? Motion carried. Okay, so the next thing is the approval of the minutes for June 14th, 2025. I'm gonna try to pull that up on the screen. I don't know which one it is. We'll see.
So you would have all received these in your email. Now, in the Diaconia they were, and in your, and I sent you all an email after, yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll scroll down just for those of you to, just for your memory. And if there's anything that needs to be, changed, if there's something in error, please let us know. So I'm just going to go through this, not follow, just going through. Stop me if you see something you don't understand, don't remember. And the person making the motion, okay? Pardon me?
This is last year. These are last year's minutes.
So we had.
It shouldn't be 2020. It's 2025 or.
Well, okay, the agenda is today.
Yeah,
Oh, here's,
She's right.
there's
She's
wrong,
right.
wrong, that's wrong.
okay, that's what we're saying. So
It'd
it,
be June 24th, 2025,
exact,
Wait,
number 4.
okay, approval,
number 4 should read, is approval of agenda AGM June 24th, 2025. So, is that?
2026.
no, these are minutes. These are from last year.
This is the minutes from last year's meeting, so.
So,
So, okay, this is the, okay, it's all right. It's
These-
just typos.
These are
We're okay, right?
Yeah, okay, so you've got it sorted, or.
Yes, I do.
Okay, Karen,
Yeah.
thank you very much for bringing that up, yeah.
Just a point, my name is spelled wrong. I prefer Stephen with a PH or,
Of course, yeah, instead of Steve.
yeah.
Not that one. That's in the motion. Stephen Hamlin, P-H-E-N. Thank you, Stephen.
Mm-hmm.
Carrying on. Note that the fall conference last year was canceled due to a lack of funds. There was a problem with the way in which our dues were. What should I say? The instructions given out and received, there was a disconnect. And we did not have enough funds.
It's related to parochial returns
Exactly.
for our parishes.
Yeah. So there was a problem there. In 8.2, I don't have an F on the end of my name. Say that. Again, these are all typos, and that's a good thing. All we're finding is typos, really. Item, moved by Alfonso Fran and seconded by Dennis Eisen, E-I-S-A-N.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we're dealing with here, Cheryl?
Yeah, so what's been the finance report for the end of 2024?
Okay, all right, that's 10.1, 2024.
Yeah, it should have been a proposed budget for 2025.
2025, so 10.2 is 2025
in 2 places.
in 2 places. Okay, moving on. Okay, carrying on, just keep going. Okay. So add Claire to the Board of Standards. She came forward. But we had your permission. That's right. Okay, so we'll have to write that up. I think it was Lida who brought it up that you had agreed to take that position. I think there is. It's rivers to trails. Yeah, exactly.
It's it's rivers to trails.
Rivers to trails. This was actually printed in the Diaconia early this year, and I apologize for what I missed. Okay. Yeah, so your name is correct there, Stephen, so that's a good thing. Okay. Still hopeful of having confidence. Yeah.
5 conference.
25 contracts.
Yeah.
We get time.
No, 2025, because it was supposed to be in the fall.
Yeah, that's right. The opportunity for fellowship, what was that, Claire?
There. She wasn't there to indicate.
Okay, so it wasn't clear, somebody else at the meeting?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So we now have the amendments to the minutes from last year. Thank you, everybody, for your eagle eyes. So I'm asking now for a motion to approve the minutes of the June 14th, 2025 meeting as amended. So it has to be someone who was present at that meeting. Oh, okay, Barb, and seconded by Robert. Thank you. All in favor?
Better indicate which Robert.
Oh, Robert Ridley.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We have an abundance.
We have a number of Roberts. Okay. All right, so we have a motion on the table. All those in favor? Aye. Contrary minded? Carry. Okay, thank you very much for that. All right, so now we're going on to business arising from the minutes. You have in your diaconia my report and the Board of Standards update. Well, that was sent out earlier this year.
That was in the diaconia.
Yeah, in the diaconia. So if there are any questions about those reports, please bring them up now.
So there's no business arising from last year. Business
Yeah.
arising, the processing thing.
Yeah, sorry.
Business left for the minutes of last meeting.
Well, that's the question. I don't know.
I don't. Okay.
Remember any?
We're not.
Okay.
So that, yeah.
No.
No, there was nothing to be action. Thank you for that. Okay, so no business arising. All right, so you have the reports, my report and the Board of Standards updates in your corner. And the warden's, okay. All those messages are in there, the warden's message, my report, Board of Standards update. So is there anything that you need to need clarification on? Or is that straight, are those reports straightforward? All right. And now we are going to turn it over to our treasurer or the treasurer's report. Do you want to come up here, Paul, please, and speak into the microphone, and we'll find your report.
So year end first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So should we have? We should have a motion to receive those, the president and the board of standards.
Yeah, so while Paul is coming up, could we please have a motion to accept the reports that were presented? Okay, Stephen, with a PH. And seconder? Karen Manuel. Thank you. All right, so we have a motion on the floor to accept the reports as presented by Stephen and seconded by Karen. All in favor? Contrary minded? Okay, thank you very much, Harry. All right, Paul, you have the mic, and I will go down the.
Yeah.
You need to sit down.
No.
Okay, all right. Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's not up for the talking. I want to thank everybody for the patience this morning. The one document is the roster for your attendance today, which And it slowed me down because do some of it by memory, the rest was with Barb's assistance to keep everybody sorted out. However, all but one had shown up for the meeting that registered for it. I'm 5830. I don't know where that 5380 number is coming from.
The ballot score forward from 2024. That was what was already there.
There it is. Okay. Last year, the actual finances, we had a revenue 8920, so that's illustrated here. And the ball rate is never hit due. Annual meeting, which is this one, has generated some income. Medallions and ribbons are kind of an ongoing expense. Very difficult to predict from year to year. Fall conference, part replacement itself. And this miscellaneous, as you can see, is not serious. Get this fraud to go away. Anyway, you can roll that up to expenses. The annual meeting. The annual meeting last year cost us about $200. And the annual conference, which is in the fall, was around 1,000. So that is a significant expense, and we are going to have probably a little more discussion about that later on. And medallions and ribbons, as you can see last year, didn't register, but this year they do. I already have things on the books that to both buying them and selling them. So, and the travel expenses for someone was around $82. Postage $195. Printing, as you can see, most people just print stuff off on the printer and it doesn't come back to us. And operational expenses, which is whatever comes up. That was my first experience of thinking this over. And I should explain, Joanna did a great job. I took over in March, and most of meticulous. Her handwriting is much better than mine.
That's
But the year ended right on. I had the letter from the audit and the review, we call it, from Daphne Davis, who has offered to do it again for us next year, so I don't have to go on that search. And everything balanced through the books in the back. And I don't think I need to bore you with details, so it's a very short letter. Last year, well done. That had nothing to do with me. I took over in March, and you know, when I offered this, I'm thinking I can get it. And then the mail started to arrive. And somehow I didn't initially understand that all these news were coming. Right after which the AGM checks were coming in. And so it's been a scramble for me to get organized. I'm getting there. And next year, for me, it will be a lot smoother. So just so you know where I'm coming from, I've had 3 months into this. And so the expenses were around 12,000 last year. And obviously that led to a deficit of $4,000. If we move on to 2026, we're going to come out of that hole. So It's not, last year was an anomaly. I went back to 2024. And we had a $4,000 deficit in the budget. In 2024.
Should I put that up now, the budget? Are you moved on to the budget or we just?
No, we have to accept these.
We have to accept,
Well, after accepting.
yeah. You have to make the motion.
Motion to accept the finances for 2025, so we're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, income was $8,929, and budget expenses were $12,994.41. And part of the bump of that was the fall down payment on the fall conference for this year. And that left us in a deficit position of $4,065.81. So move. The budget be accepted as proposed, as presented.
And
Financial report.
Robert, are you seconding? Okay, thank you. Robert McMillan.
So Paul,
Financial report, it's the year-end financial report that he's moving.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's the year-end financial report, but
That's
I
not.
don't,
No,
I don't-
it's
I don't-
treasurer's report.
That was
I don't
year end
think so.
2025.
Yeah,
yeah, but we did have in the bank. But budgeted. By budget, we were $4,000. But not,
Well, we had 1,300 left at the end of the year.
yes. Okay, and that's what I'm getting at, right? Yeah,
Throw out straight numbers from the book.
Yep. absolutely.
4,000 on the,
Mm-hmm.
Question
because we had surplus in the year. So, that carries. Question.
Plus, please, is it possible to ask a question on the floor at this point?
Well, that's after the important is when we ask questions, right?
Can you explain the footnotes, number 4 and number 5?
Footnotes.
Yeah, footnotes right there.
Those are footnotes from last year. So. She was simply making note that a $15 check was canceled. And the member had.
4 and 5.
away.
Yeah, 4 and 5.
Questions 4 and 5.
My apology. That path management, okay, that brings us to a no-show at our last meeting.
At our last AGM. Yes, you're right, at our conference. We had employed path management to do a blanket exercise with us and they didn't show. We had advanced a $500 check to them and our efforts to have it reimbursed were not successful. And we tried 4 or 5 times. And then we thought we should speak to the diocese because this involved Path Management is an indigenous company. And we didn't know where we should move on it. And the controller at the diocese suggested that we not make any more efforts and that we write that amount off. And that's what we've done. We moved a motion to that effect at our last executive meeting.
That was set last year and we haven't heard it all.
So,
We
and
can't recover.
there, we can't recover it. There are 2 things here. There were 2 things. We should never have advanced a check. And I guess lessons learned, right? And the other piece of it is that from a diocesan perspective, we didn't want to kind of upset the apple cart in terms of our relationship with the indigenous group, right? So we just so we're out $500 and That's not good. Mhm.
The next one needs more.
Yeah, you wait till you hear the next one. Yeah. Right.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Chance asking it, from how actually do that at a conference, and now that they've been paid. Do the blind ones, yeah.
We haven't been able to get a hold of it.
No, we haven't. The unfortunate part of it is that our efforts to get a hold of it, we've heard zilch from them. Crickets, crickets, crickets. Right? So,
Okay, so moving on to number 5. Yeah, oh, we have another question, Dennis, I'm sorry.
yes. Yes, it was cashed. Yeah. Oh, yes, we've been around it, Dennis.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
Now on to number 5, we had to put, perhaps you want to speak to this, Barb?
Yeah, so we booked, the bird for upcoming fall conference. And in order to hold the weekend, we paid a quarter of the vacation, which was $1,900. And they've gone in the fever sheet. So we would be very low in pecking order.
You're not getting it back.
Yeah, we know.
Forget about $500.
Yeah.
And on,
Fever sheets. Forgetting it. It's just nothing, there's nothing.
And we are not the only group to have lost on that, so it is another bit that we've got to just swallow.
so how are people online, are people online hearing this?
Yeah.
No, Anna, you're not, so we talked about $500 that we had to write off. I can't hear you, Ann, because you're on mute. Still on, oh, there you go. Hi, Ann.
Hi, I can hear what you're saying. We can't hear what's being said from the floor.
Okay. So, what we've been talking about is the $500, so you heard that, right? But now
Yeah.
what we're talking about is, the deposit we made at DeBert, for our fall conference, has been lost. It's $1,900 because they've gone into receivership and we are not in any way, shape or form on their, on their,
Predators.
yeah, list of creditors to have that returned, right? Very small potatoes, right? So we're not getting that back. So, we've had a
It's not-
bad
it's
year.
Not for the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The thing about the blanket though, shouldn't it be made known if other people are losing their money as well? Well, shouldn't it be
Can I
made
just
known
ask
that
you to
it's
wait,
that
Ann,
it's
just for a
a
minute?
shady deal?
We know they have, we know they have now, since that, yeah. Okay,
Okay, Ann? You were saying?
That money we lost from the blanket deal, shouldn't that be known if other people are also losing it? Shouldn't it be known through the journal or some way that the people wouldn't, nobody else will have the same problem?
We really can't do that, Ann. Because again, as I said, we don't want to harm that relationship with our Indigenous community, right? Oh, she asked, should it be put in the journal that happened? And we really can't report on that kind of thing. That's not the purpose of the journal anyway, but yeah.
Okay.
So I know you're probably not satisfied with that, Ann, but because we've had a lot longer to deal with this than anybody around this table, and I still feel very, very icky about it, right? So anyway.
Right.
We'll just move on.
Okay, so can we now vote on the approval of the treasurer's report?
We don't have a seconder.
We do, we have Robert.
Oh, I didn't have Robert
Oh,
McMillan.
that's okay. So we have a motion on the floor to accept the treasurer's report. It's presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. Thank you very much. Now we're moving on to the budget.
Both budget. I'm being able to show the actual 2025 and the proposal 2026 together.
That's what that is, I think. Actual finances 2025.
Yeah, we can't see it.
Well, let's move the projector. Good.
Thanks you very much, appreciate it. Okay, there we go.
No, that's,
That's all.
no, there's a third page to it. There's a third.
Column?
No, it's not, it's on the next page.
Well, okay, so the only. So the next one is.
Oh, there,
Oh, so, yeah, no, you can't, you're not gonna get that on the screen because it's on a separate page.
yeah, so we'll read across and then go down, okay? So the first things,
No, I'll throw up the budget for 2026. I'll speak to what 2025 look like.
Okay,
yeah,
there's the budget.
okay, so that's the proposed budget.
So I think you need to,
Need to. Well, no, that's fine. So being the first budget, I had to go with what went on in the last 3 years. And get some sense of where this is going. Now last year. We proposed a budget. For membership. Fees, over $8,000. And we got 5,500. The dues are coming in very slow this year. So I got even more conservative and put it in at 4,000. Good news is. A lot of tax came in. The end of May. And the beginning of June. And our actual was around 5,500. It's the same as last year. So. That means the budget that we're speaking to. In better shape. Than what we're going to pass here, south here. Now, that said, we reduced the attendance for this meeting from $20 to $15. So we brought in, well, not counting the people at 60, so we brought in $380 on that. And so we're below. But if we had the $20 we had on, it's been ahead. Above. So, you know, a little bit frustrating here. But 450 was budgeted, which was less than the 623 from the year before. The fall conference, we had 2,400 for that. And of course, that was split up between the 2 years. Put in 3,000 for this year. Because we really don't know where we're going. Do we?
we kind of do. Mhm.
And. So I guess we'll just deal with that. This is adjusted budget at the end of the year. For a total income of 7,750, which you can see here. Which is $1,000 less than last year, made up for the membership fees. That came in at surplus, so we're kind of breaking even last year. Otherwise. Need to see the line items, that's what's missing here.
It's on a different page.
Yeah, but everybody has it somewhere. So the first line, the 200, is for the annual meeting.
Right. Which is this one.
Yeah.
And,
The second one is for the annual conference, what we would have had to pay to Bert
yeah,
if that had gone ahead.
so that wasn't speculation, no.
Yeah.
I think she cost at the time that budgeted.
Yeah.
And the rest is just sundry.
The one,
Guys,
yeah,
we're
medallion.
gonna discuss later. I had budgeted $100 in there.
Yeah.
It's zero last year and $100 a year before. And, travel. I believe,
Yeah.
put in about 500, because we really don't know what travel expenses show up with these things. So that's probably an over budget. It's postage 150, which is the usual budget for that. Printing 0. I actually put in an extra 200 for that. Just
And that was for printing, for example, for this meeting because of the little booklets, right? So, yeah.
We had a thing in Halifax where we did the LLM. We presented the LLM story.
Yeah,
Trainees,
to trainees, yeah.
training book.
Mhm.
So we do have expense printing this year. And operational expenses that I had at around 500. Last year it came close to 1,000. The original budget is 400. So I upped it a bit. So far we're about 300 into that.
And that's for stuff like our Zoom account, website, that type of thing.
Each year started with the treasury. 6 of July, which is ridiculous, least expensive one I could find. We've also gone through electronic bookkeeping. So
Yeah,
memory stick to go with that. That will not be a recurring expense. And inserts for the line, just doing stuff, set up the.
yeah, and it's just costs, everything costs, right?
Sir?
E-transfer.
I have 2 things I have to look into. One, if the diocese will let us. The other is how the bank will work with us, because the transfer from Joanne to me has been painfully slow. I finally got a letter last week that I have access to the account online after 3 months. However, going to the account online, I need a PIN number from them, which they haven't sent me yet. And this is ridiculous. The host have been jumping to transfer from one treasurer to another. Yes.
So Paul, what you're gonna need for the e-transfer, what you need to do is establish an email address attached to the account. It's gonna be used just for that, okay? That way it won't change from one treasurer to the next.
Right.
Yeah.
That won't be a problem.
That will, so you need to do that, and I don't think there's gonna be a problem from the diocese that you do this. It's your account. Right?
We're actually able to accept e-transfers in churches, so.
Yeah. You can do it at churches, you can do it for this.
Well, I was more than she's reluctant to. Till I got the bank sorted out, I wasn't gonna go last time.
Transfers going out, but not e-transfers coming in.
Accepting
Yeah,
e-transfers.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that shouldn't be a problem.
This whole thing has been one step at a time.
Yeah.
So our bank is TD, am I correct? Yeah. And I'm with the Church of St. Andrew. And I was warden up until this year. And the last time we had to change our officers, it took us 4 months.
Yeah, it can take an insane amount of time.
It took 4 months to change our signing officers, which is crazy.
So, he puts those through, I did I saying, okay, me.
Yeah.
I know that's the other separate issue. But right now, we're still not clean with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I say
Anyway.
something?
Yes, Dave?
I can supply an email address. I've put it in the chat. But if it's required, I can set up something like treasurer@nspeilayministers.ca. And that's easily transferable between treasurers.
Okay, Dave is online and he's our web guy. And he said, I can supply an email account, treasurer@nspeilayministers.ca if it's needed.
Yes.
Okay,
So I'll get back, yeah. It's great.
So-
Uh,
You know Dave. You've been online with Dave.
okay.
Nice. We should, like, pay bills.
Yeah.
As long as
They're catching up.
we set it out so that it needs second application. That'll always be done through the bank, yeah.
Well, I'm pretty good on this. Seems like it's in 2 days. Crazy things.
Yeah.
Sign this is.
We have decided that we're going to talk about this at one of our executive meetings, right? So let's leave it to there for the time being. We're kind of half set up, right?
so
Approval of budget.
Okay.
There's two things to bring up.
Okay, so let's have, we have a motion on the floor to accept the proposed budget for 2026. Paul is moving. Who is the seconder?
After you've got a mover and
Vote.
seconder, then. you can
After a
discuss.
motion on the floor, yeah.
Is our seconder? And now question.
He's learning why.
Postage was high last year because Joanne was in down the valley, so every time she needed a check sign, she had to mail it into the city. And then we would mail it out from there, so there was a lot of postage involved in that, we expected we learned that.
For those of you who found a second receipt in your envelope today, that was save on stamps and envelopes with many stamps to mail all that stuff out. The rest of the receipt stuff, back in that up. For the heritage, for the element in March, April. I haven't done that, so I think that's up.
So, we do much of our work by email now. And as this is for the ones online, because I'm sure they didn't hear Barb. And last year we had more postage because we were mailing this twice, because the treasurer was mailing to the signers and then it was being mailed out.
So, my, this is out of it's separate from this, is the emailing out the receipts.
All right, so we have the motion on the floor to accept the proposed budget for 2026 by Paul and seconded by Carol McMaster. I'm going to call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried. Thank you very much. Okay.
Now, just some numbers. You all know that there are 10 regions in the diocese. A lot of people asked last year and the year before when I was at these things, how many parishes there are? There's 97. And 61 sent in dues. Well, I realize not every parish has LLMs. So my homework this summer is find out which ones don't have LLMs, which ones do, you get to send it in. That's right. There are a total of 212 LLMs that are registered as of today. With from the entire region of social media. So that gives you some sense of what's out there. And I forgot to bring a number of churches involved. I've got that number already. But there's, I think, around 167 churches. So that's a lot of mail. That's all coming in by, sorry.
How much was the James that received? Community half of.
The fees? Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was last year. This year it says up around.
Yeah.
It's 5,500. Yeah, at 5,500.
Well. Some parishes will likely not have the funds to send for the dues. And if.
Yeah, but not for some reasons. One, some parishes send them a check, and some individuals from the same parish also send them a check. It really makes it messy for people. And the other is a couple parishes paid for the year before. But they didn't say have the same number of elements for this year as they did the year before. So we just take the number of LLMs and multiply by 25, it's not gonna work out. And I don't think it's gonna be exercised.
There's always all kinds of anomalies in it, right?
Yeah, come on. Some in by email, some in by mail, some applications are photographed and sent by email, some applications are incomplete. Some checks are mailed to me instead of the association. It's, you know, and it's a little busier than I expected, but it's fun. Don't take that as a complaint.
All right, so we are moving on to the appointment of an individual to review the books for this, for 2021.
And for consider.
Oh, you have another one. Yeah.
Not to make sure we're not put into the same position as we were for advanced so we don't lose money. That would be on, I think that it would be able to be put on the executive of the village. Make sure that that's not done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we don't keep the lose money.
No, nobody wants to lose money. Yeah.
Over and over. So,
Yes, unfortunately, when you're booking place conference.
Have to put down a deposit.
And we had no way to say the verb was going into the machines.
But we have a plan coming up for our conference this year, so we'll talk about that in a few minutes. So parts, thank you, Dennis, for that. It's a very good point. Right now, we're looking at the appointment of an individual to review the books. For this,
Yeah.
for this year, is it 2026 or 2025?
Yes.
2026 is
Daphne Davis is offered.
Daphne Davis, yes, so the same name, okay?
She's in Cole Harbor, she has, it's easy to get in cost on the shelf. And I know how hard it was to when she was.
and Daphne is an accountant and a member of the Church of St. Andrew, right?
Should that just say?
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, should. And the person who has been appointed is Daphne Davis. Who is a.
There's some parents.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Paul.
Would you want to lead into the ribbons?
Not at this stage, no, that will be coming under new business, yeah.
Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much.
Woo-hoo.
Okay, on our agenda right now, we're up to elections. Right now, I am the president for one more year. Next year, there'll be somebody else, which will be Cheryl. And Cheryl is not only vice president right now, but she's also secretary. So we are looking for, we have a treasurer, so we don't need a treasurer, but we are looking definitely for a secretary.
We need to,
We have to vote for treasurer.
yeah, we have to confirm his appointment.
Yes. So we're gonna start with treasurer. So, who will make that motion? Because it can't be Paul.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, Bert.
Paul's treasurer. Sorry.
And that is Ted.
Unless somebody else is really interested.
Having heard all of that, still wants to jump in.
It's a thankless task, but we appreciate what you're doing. So we have Barb making the motion to accept Paul as treasurer, and Ted has seconded the motion. Can we call for a vote? Any questions? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Contrary? Carried. Thank you very much. And now comes the big fight. The big fight is over. Who's going to be secretary? Secretary is a very important job, and I feel that this year Cheryl has gone above and beyond to support the executive in 2 roles. We need that to change. Next year she'll be president, right?
Next year I can't do.
And she can't do it. So somebody needs to come forward. All you have to have is a computer to send the information in. That's all you have. And the ability to attend our executive Zooms. Okay, so I want that to sit with you for a minute while you consider your call. And if there is somebody here, I'd like to see your hand very soon.
I would like to say that being part of the executive is real eye opener. It really teaches you a lot about what goes on in the organization, and it's a great opportunity for you.
And I would second that.
Don't say computer in your mind.
Yes, as long as you can type up the minutes, and the minutes follow a format. And all the rest of it is just to send the emails out. So if you feel that you'd like to be considered for that, we'd love to show you the ropes and see if it's something you can do.
So how many, geez, Carol is looking at it, right? I know Carol has administrative background, don't you? Yeah. So are you interested, Carol? Because we can do
Both in the same parish, so you can do
a switch.
yeah.
Clear.
St. Andrew. Victoria used to be for many years, right?
Well, it's just shoved us all out.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Oh, shit.
I'd say test her out with the nomination.
Yes, so. The
How long?
executive meets about once a month, but not over the summer.
Not over the summer, and about an hour to an hour and a half, right?
Yeah.
That's it. In the evening.
I'm sending out the emails for this year now, because David set it up so that the executives fall in one block, and so you don't even have to send them each individual.
You just,
Send them, and the board of state, the books. Yeah, so you don't, yeah.
so there's, wait, now let's tell her what it is. It's executive once a month, except for the summer. Board of Standards 4 times a year.
Not on the same day.
Not on the same day. All by Zoom. No. All by Zoom. Yeah.
Okay, so we need someone to make the motion.
I'll nominate her.
Nominate who?
Karen.
Oh my God. Let's go.
Okay, so have a motion on the floor by Cheryl, seconded by Karen. That
So-
Carol Carol McMaster be nominated as secretary of the association. Question? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
Now I'm going to tell you something. Carol. I had a dream. I did. I had a dream, and Carol
Yeah.
had put up her hand at this meeting. Now, you don't tell me God's not talking to me.
You and Joseph.
God's always talking. Yeah.
Yeah, regional representatives, are we adding this on now to the elections?
I wonder if we should.
I don't think we should. I think we'll keep looking because so will you please keep in mind, if you do not have a regional rep, to please consider who in your area might be able to attend our meetings as a regional rep.
So,
Yeah.
tell them where.
Where?
Where?
Okay, so well, we have Nancy is still in Northumbria.
Yeah.
We need someone for Chibukto, which is like the Halifax region. Rivers to Trails would be good. Okay, I belong to Rivers to Trails, but we don't have a regional rep. Walter stepped down. To attend executive meetings and to represent your area, which means you make an effort. Like Paul, for example, if you want to talk about what a regional rep does, Paul Stevens is your best person to talk to, our treasurer. He's been the representative for Dartmouth region for many years. He knows all the LLMs in his region. He keeps on top of what's going on in the parishes, and you even visit parishes, don't you? Yes, Paul does. He does an excellent job. So if you're interested, would you speak to us?
And the other,
reports.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, and once
Once a year.
you need to send a report from your region on what is happening with your LLMs in your parish. So you can tell the story that the LLMs in all the parishes wear like 15 different hats.
Yeah. And the other one is the Valley. Jordan has stepped down.
Yeah,
Jordan has stepped down. He has many involvements, and he just cannot make the meetings and do the work that he feels he should do. So if you're in the Valley region or know of someone in the Valley, please encourage them to come forward.
Do you have your computer plugged in over there? Is there a?
Yeah, there's a extension cord.
That machine took us right. Okay. All right, so I think we're where we need to be. We're trying to move this ahead. And now I think we're moving into new business. Correct? All right. So there is something we have to look at, and it's an amendment to our handbook. And the handbook has all our documents are on our website. Okay, so the license minister handbook. Go under the table. Under the table.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you. That's not my directions, not mine. Okay, there. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, look at that.
Careful, you don't trip in.
Careful, I don't trip.
Might have to pull that back.
Push it forward. Push it forward to make it smaller.
Thank you.
So did we talk about the first one? The age qualification for licensed lay ministers?
I don't have it here on my page.
Oh, here.
Well, I didn't, did you send that to me? Because I might on it, but I can't.
So that's the letter we sent to.
It's at the bottom of the agenda, the first page.
Maybe you can just read the letter.
Okay,
That's-
so we had a request from St. Albans in Dartmouth to increase the age for people becoming licensed lay ministers. At present, it is 16 years old, which is the same age that you can be on a parish council, and other reasons. It's considered to be the age of reason or whatever in our diocese. And so there was a request from that parish to raise it to at least 18. And what we found doing our investigation of this is that the responsibility for supporting a person coming forward for licensed lay ministry rests with the parish council. Okay. And so under qualifications for licensing, the handbook reads, candidates for the office of licensed lay minister, including commissioned lay ministers in training, must be regular communicants over the age of 16, be recommended by their rector and members of parish council after they have completed the prescribed basic education and training program, and be approved by the bishop on the recommendation of the warden of licensed lay ministers and the president of the Licensed Lay Ministers Association. So in the time that it took us to investigate this and to formulate a response, the rector or the priest in charge at the time had moved on. And so we wrote to the current rector at St. Albans, who is the Reverend Dawson. So Cheryl, on our behalf, wrote to her, and this is what she said. Good morning, Reverend Dawson. My name is Cheryl Murphy, and I'm the Vice President Secretary of the Licensed Lay Ministers Association. Last June, just prior to our annual meeting, the association received the attached email from the Reverend Greenwood regarding the proposed change to the lay ministers' handbook. Reverend Greenwood had hoped it would be before the upcoming AGM, but that was not possible as we did not have a Board of Standards meeting before the June 14, 2025 AGM. At the AGM, Reverend Henderson, our warden at the time, noted that the request had been received and the matter would be considered at an upcoming meeting. Unfortunately, Reverend Henderson also retired as warden of the association at the AGM. The board did not meet through 2026, or that must be, yeah. However, agreed that this matter should be deferred until a new warden was appointed. The Reverend Darlene Jewers was appointed in April 2026, and consequently, we considered the matter at our Board of Standards meeting on May 7th. Although we understand the concerns expressed in the email, the board agreed that we would not make changes to the handbook regarding the age of qualification to become a lay minister. The licensing of a lay minister in any parish is a decision for parish council with advice from the parish priest or designate. We would also like to point out that if a candidate began their 2-year training at 16, they would be an adult by the time their training was complete. They would not be unsupervised until such time as they completed the training and became an adult. Therefore, Saber Church concerns are eliminated. We do not know of this, if this is a concern at this time. However, if you would like to discuss the matter, please contact myself or our warden, Darlene Jewers. Peace be with you, Cheryl. Have we received a reply?
No reply. But I mean, she's relatively new in the parish, and that was in April, was it? I sent it? Yeah, so I mean, she may yet.
If you had a
Respond?
16, if you had a 16-year-old who wanted to train as an LLM, would you not like just start training them?
Yes, we would.
And throw a ticker tape parade.
Yes, yes, we would.
Yeah.
But
it is, yeah.
it just goes to show that sometimes it takes a long time for a parish to get over age discrimination or whatever you want to call it. Okay, young people can be called to our ministry at a very young age. The fact that our average age is over 60 is not normal. You know, this is our times. But in the past, it would have been younger people as well. Okay, so that was that situation. It was sent on May 11th this year. What was I can't.
What about doing a follow-up? And I will do a follow-up, but yeah. I mean, but we wanted you to know
Yes.
that the Board of Standards is saying no to this, right? Unless we get some real
Push back.
pushback on it. We're saying no to it, right? Yeah, to change the age, yes.
Leave it as is. Yeah. And I will say that we had a priest one time who was a licensed lay minister at 16 in her own parish. And she went on to become an ordained.
And we have a lay minister with us. At the Church of St. Andrew that became a lay minister at 16 in her parish, in her home parish in Newfoundland, and she's still a lay minister. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that was that one. Oh, yes, please come forward. Would you like to use the microphone? Please.
Nice.
Just watch out for the boards. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes. Next problem, never got me to you guys all still there, so I'm really glad I made it, this congregation of the church, God, had me holds, I'm a member of the United Church, but the St. John Adventist holds a special place in my heart because, I happen to be the fire ground command going to burn to the ground, so I don't put that on the resume often, but yes, I'll always remember that night, Halloween, 2001. So, quite a night to see it rebuilt, what it is, and see this congregation support every Canadian and really the country. It was amazing. So, if you were to say to you all, so as I am Jamie Meyer, President Going, and on behalf of the town of Limerick, it's my pleasure to welcome the Licensed Laymen's Association of the Diocese of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. Lunenburg, we are delighted to have you gathered here in Lunenburg at the Parish of St. John's, one of our community's most cherished landmarks and places of worship. Licensed lay ministers play an important role in communities throughout our region. Through your leadership, service, and commitment to supporting congregations, you help foster connection, compassion, and a sense of belonging. Your work strengthens not only the spiritual life of your parishes, but also the social fabric of the community you serve. We are grateful for all that you do and honored that you have chosen Lunenburg, the host community for this year's meeting. I hope you enjoy your time here, have a productive gathering, and definitely take the opportunity to take the experience of Lunenburg and check out the beauty, all the wonderful restaurants and shops we have in the downtown core, and you can't leave without seeing the waterfront. I mean, that's what we're going to do, the waterfront. So again, welcome and best wishes for successful annual meeting. And I do have a certificate here.
Oh, nice.
Fancy.
It says, as the opens. It just says, licensed layman's for the study of Asian sciences. No such, on the occasion of your 2020 union parish St. John Lumber, thank you for your work. Your help ensure your congregants remain active and connected and help strengthen the spiritual and social fabric of the communities through Nova Scotia and the little certificates like that. I didn't know how many would be here, so there's 40 town member pins here.
Oh, nice.
Run towards anyone's local. There's give it to someone that's not local and comes to see me, I can eat you plenty of pins. That's one thing we have a lot of, is pin, right? So I'll give you those, and again, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your meeting, and I hope that we're virtue to you. Thank you.
That I already have.
Thank you.
We'll get your pins at the end of I'll pass out.
Incentive to stay.
And finish.
You get your pins after,
We'll
right?
try to be as quick as we can, but it's only one more thing that we need. Okay, we're moving along now. The second handbook change that came up was regarding on page 4 of the handbook. It says investments for leading in a service of worship are either a passive and surplus or an L. And during non-Eucharistic services, an academic good may be worn with a cassock and surplice. Licensed lay ministers are responsible for the ownership of their vestments, okay, which it says there. And we have had a request that this be made more general, as in some churches, they already have vestments on hand for use by lay ministers. And so on page 4, section G, the recommendation is that item 2 be changed from licensed lay ministers are responsible for the ownership of their vestments to read licensed lay ministers be responsible for obtaining their vestments, whether through loan from their parish or purchase. So it is just to broaden the definition for people who have access to robes in their own parish. So that is what we're going to vote on, I believe. Okay, so the change is somebody going to make a motion and somebody to second it? So I got 2. So Robert is going to make the motion, Robert McMillan. And Claire is going to second the motion that we adopt this change in part G, section 2. Is everybody okay? Do you understand what we're doing? Question? Are you ready for the vote? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
And contrary minded? Hearing none, it is carried. Thank you very much. Now, we're almost there, people. We can almost do it. Any members' concerns at this time?
Oh, no, we have.
Medallions and
The medallions, okay, so we said that we would be looking at
Yeah.
medallions and lanyards.
and conference after that.
And
Final
finally, we'll end with the conference.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're up, Dennis. Do you want to come up here? Do you want to bring your materials and use the microphone? You don't need the mic, well,
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do, because we have
In this
people
room,
on,
it's hard to hear.
and we have people on,
yeah.
Okay, this stems back. Over and it's gonna be quite a while ago. Oh, no, it wasn't a general meeting, was the. Anyway, phone hundreds. We're way back when the Mount St. Vincent was going, we had one of our conferences at that time. And in that time, there was, I don't know how many, there were five or four or five different groups in that Mount St. Vincent. And each group had a lanyard and their name. So we knew who they were and who they belonged to. And I thought, well, why shouldn't we have a lanyard and a name tag as well? So that we know who we are and they know who we are as well. So I thought maybe, well, so at that time, we were known as the Licensed Laborers Association at that time. And so we got the made. Now we've changed our name to the Licensed Lay Ministers Association of Nova Scotia PEI. And I thought maybe, well, I'll take a look and see what it costs to get a new
lanyard made through Trimar, and they were the ones that originally made these things. So it'd be the same thing. The wording would be different. The wording would be the license plate minister. And they give us a quote of 100 for 100 of these medallion lanyards and medallion lanyards at $275. And we used to sell them at $5 a piece. I don't know what that would. Yes. 75
For how many?
for 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$2 each.
So then we're selling at $5. So I'd like to put that forward to the association if we want to proceed and get a new lanyard made. We don't need. I've got a whole whack of these things here. All we need is a lanyard with a clip on it. I got a whole bunch of these things here and you can put your name in there.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy those because I get a whole took full of those at home. So, do you want to keep putting that behind that? Do we want to go with a new lanyard? I can put that forward to a vote to everybody. And that
So he's-
won't take place tomorrow. It'll be maybe in the fall, maybe not until the spring. Time we get them. And that's through Primar promotional products. They're the ones that were originally made these ones.
So, and then the other one, what was the other?
And the other one was somebody come to me and said, "Well, collar pins." Well, we had made the collar pin. Everybody, this one here is the old one with the license plate readers. But I would like to get new ones made so people can wear them on their suit jackets or whatever, wherever they want to put them.
So is that shaped like the medallion?
That's shaped like the medallion, and it'd be the same color as the medallion. Right now, it's I don't know what you call it. Pewter color.
So can you get it a little bit larger than that?
We can't get it large yet, so we just have to tell the people that we want it larger. But you don't want it too big because you don't want them.
It stops being a color.
Yeah, if you get it too big, it's not a collar pin. Like you said, it's not a collar pin anymore. Or broken.
That's right.
Something right in.
Yeah, really for women. Okay, now, that's the same company. They give me a quote. Now they're quite a bit more expensive. The 400 or 250. They quoted us $475.
They're actually cheaper than the lanyards.
Now, well, actually, with the tax, it's $541 for 250. And we used to sell those at $5 a piece as well. Mind you, they didn't go over it was I thought they would, because I get a whole rack of them at home.
Like they say,
That
like,
might be telling you something.
Yeah. So
This came up because in some parishes, there are licensed lay ministers who are in front of the congregation on a regular basis wearing their medallions, okay, with their albs or whatever. But there are parishes where there are licensed lay ministers who are working behind the scenes, doing other duties, and so they are rarely seen. So this was a question saying, would we want to provide a pin that someone could wear when they are, say, visiting, if they're not visiting with an alb and things on. So do you see what we're going for here?
Can I make a comment, sorry?
Yes.
At our parish, it was mentioned that, people doing home visits and, seniors' homes and things like that have something to identify themselves. That's why they like the lanyard and the pin idea both together.
Yeah.
So not necessarily behind the scenes, but
Oh, okay,
actually
yeah.
outside the building.
Yes, so you're more visible in the community. And that's something to consider too, if you're doing things in your parish, which deals with the public, there's an opportunity there.
And the color of the new pins would not be pewter, it would be the same color as our dye. Which was our brass.
Okay.
They're not brass, but anyway, brass color.
So
Okay, thank you. Okay.
This came up, we have a lay ministers meeting, and this came up at one of our lay ministers meetings, and the thing about the lapel pin is that it's not noticeable. And I mean, the question was asked, would you have a larger size pin?
Yes, can.
But
I don't know what the cost is. This was the cost of this pin was well, shiny, they call it shiny nickel, 3/4 of an inch. That's what what quote was, the quote. But I go back and tell them if you want a bit larger.
Gerald, I consider just wearing them around.
they're with their ribbon,
It was discussed.
It was discussed, yeah, but one of the things. My medallion stays with my owl, which is hanging in a church. And it doesn't go out with me. I'll end up leaving it home in a coat pocket somewhere. It won't be with me when I need it in church if I take it out to when I go visiting.
The biggest part of it that we had spoke about was when you go to a nursing home or the hospital, it's a visual thing that people can identify you, that you're from the church, that there's no questions about who you are. There's like a picture of you on it and who you're associated with, so there's no guessing.
Why can't you just wear your all and your medallion?
Because you might just be visiting,
Yeah,
right?
and then it's not,
not official.
They really do.
No, seriously.
can we go one at a time?
I think you need to go.
okay, so I think for going out. I think to get a pin big enough to be visible, it would be exceedingly heavy. That your lanyard and tag is a better idea. You probably don't wear your olive and your ribbon going out. I don't actually vest when I go and do a service at the nursing home. Doesn't make sense. And I certainly don't when I go and visit people, because especially, you're not going to want to do that in a cassock and surplice. It's not Eucharistic, so you wouldn't wear your olive. So having a piece of identification seems like a not bad idea, and it's identifiable at a glance. I think the lapel pins, once you get big enough to be able to read it, it's going to be up the size of a police shield.
Yeah.
Which might preclude a lapel.
Yeah.
So this is a very good thing to consider. The cost of a lanyard is not much, less than $3. And we can have them made up with, and the medallion is actually printed on it. So I think maybe.
Well, that's not that.
But you could do that.
We can do that. We can make
Oh, yeah.
official looking.
You could also have a little photo.
We could also do a photo ID on there. It's not difficult technology for us. So it is something to really consider, to get a proper lanyard that says our association name on it with our name and the medallion and possibly a small photo. And there's your official licensed lay minister identification to wear. How do you feel about that as a compromise? Yes?
I would prefer, so James Marion in our parish, and I would really appreciate having something.
Yeah, and this is quicker to make. This is quicker to pull up and together. So can we then put aside getting more updated lapel pins? Be aware that people can hardly read that. If you want one of the many that Dennis still has, nobody's going to get up and look that closely to read if it's a very forward. I love her. Maxine, you're good. So all I'm suggesting is right now we are agreed on the lanyards with an updated maybe photo on it. Okay, that we can come up with and order 100 of those.
Yeah, well, we don't have to talk about what's inside it,
No.
just the lanyard.
Yes.
Just the lanyard,
Yeah.
That's their things, and the little pouches I have at home.
Yeah. Okay, so
Okay, so Dennis, what we'll do is we'll put aside new lapel pins at the moment. And if you would like to motion that
can
we
always use the-
purchase licensed registered lanyards at the cost that you were quoted, 100 of. Okay,
Okay, can I change my quote? It's $313 less with the
15 and
50 cents.
And
That's
50.
what that's our practice.
plus.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Would it be, like, they quoted you 250 pins, but if you did a pre-order, because like I like to collect lapel pins. I had to collect them, so I would want one. But I'm not gonna say I want one, so you have to order 250.
Yeah.
Is there a way that you could, I could send an email with Di County saying, hey, we've got lapel pins, if you want one, let us know, and then we can just pre-order however many you need, that we don't have any left over.
I think
know-
that's
I
a
know
really good
sometimes you
idea.
have to order 10 or 12 to get a deal.
But it's only a deal if you can get rid of them all. Yeah.
That's what I mean, like, if you order 250, you're not gonna get rid of 250, but if you order 50, you might be, like, if you have 50 people saying they want one. Then
Order 50.
Then you order 50.
So how about for now?
But we
to
can put
just-
that, put a pin in the lapel pin.
Yeah. For the purposes of this meeting, we are now going to have a vote by Dennis on purchasing 100 licensed lay minister lanyards for the total price of $313.50 for our identification in the community. Everybody can order one. The exact price we'll find out. And that is the vote that's right, that this is the motion that's on there. Do we have a seconder for that motion for the lanyards?
Motion should include that they'll be purchased at maybe the cost of $5. That way you can move it.
Okay, and sold at $5 each to members. Okay. Okay, so I've amended it. That the license, that we order 100 licensed lay minister lanyards from Trimar at $313.50 to be sold at $5 each to members. Is that what we're saying?
your name. Oh, Johnny.
What's your name?
That's what I.
Joni.
Joni is
Gonn.
Johnny.
John. Yeah.
Johnny. Okay, there's seconding.
Okay.
Okay, so that is the motion on the floor to order those 100 lanyards, something like what Dennis is wearing now for our identification. What goes inside on the little piece of paper, we'll come up with a template for that. Okay, but that is what we're voting for now.
So, and that template will be. We'll discuss it with everybody, but once it's a template, it's a template.
It's a template, yeah, and it won't be. That's it. Okay, so any more question? Okay, I put it to the floor. Who is in favor of ordering those lanyards as described?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Okay, thank you very much. That's carried. And can we put aside the ordering of the lapel pins for now to investigate the interest? We'll investigate the interest. We'll probably poll the members and that, because it could be just a small number and that might affect
Put
the
a pin
price.
in it.
Okay,
Steve, do you want some of the old ones?
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I
And
got a whole bunch of.
okay, so that's something to consider if you did want to have a lapel pin. Thank you so much for all your work on it. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, and now we come to the last thing, and I'm really appreciative of your patience today. as you heard, like many other groups who put down money to secure the DeBert Center, we are out that money. When we were made aware that there was a possibility that they would go into receivership, we contacted the parish of St. John's in Truro through our members and asked if we could have their hall for the Saturday of that weekend that we were going to meet. It would not be meet on the Friday night, stay over, have the day, stay over, and leave on the Sunday. But it would cost us almost nothing except for the cost of catering and maybe a donation to the church. So to kind of simplify everything, we wanted to have a conference on the weekend that we decided. We have contacted Reverend Lisa Vaughn for suggestions for a program. We're looking at something that would fill us up spiritually. And so that is what we have done. So are you understanding that this is the best we could do on pretty much no notice?
So, and we had been hearing rumors that they were going into receivership, and we contacted them on a number of times, and they kept telling us, "Oh no, we're open. We're taking bookings. We're still open," right? So receivership. So again, yeah, it's
Yeah. Yeah, Truro seemed like a good location because
we kind of thought that maybe we would be able to. This one is in this end of the country, Nova Scotia. That one's kind of in the mid. Heavens knows where we'll go next, right?
But we will, if you know of a good center near where you are, for next year, 2027, we'd love to hear about it. But of course, they have to be able to accommodate us to sleep over and for food and all that sort of thing. So Tattamagush was a place we looked at a couple of years ago, but let's look into Tattamagush. Okay, for next year. No. Yes. Oh my gosh. Right.
So I guess we're not looking at Tattamagush.
That one. This is the problem with these smaller centers, trying to find a place that can make money doing what they do, small groups.
So how do people feel about, this is something that we discussed about billeting. She's not doing it. She's
I'm with you, sister.
I'm just thinking, oh, Mom. Okay.
The other thing that came up, and this is just a suggestion, is there are more people in the diocese who know of someone or have a relative in the greater HRM area and would find coming to a conference in a bigger area, if it was a reasonable price, something that would be attractive. But that's another thing. We've always gone, most of the time, gone to the regions, gone to smaller centers, but with closing down of all these places, it gets more and more difficult. So I'm not saying Halifax Peninsula. I'm saying maybe out the outer end of Dartmouth or something like that.
Or the other side on Sackville, right? The other thing is we've never talked about this, but is switching our
Time.
Conference
and AGM
around, because we could get universities.
That's what I was going to suggest. That
Yeah. Okay, so Gail, you got your hand up in the air.
Those were to see a recent conference for the 20s, 30s. may have heard in studies that took place about getting a baby.
Okay.
These were very surprising. Education was actually more expensive for HRA.
Okay.
As a first time was not satisfactory for acceptability or the condition of the premises. We got there and they had us. Well, as non-working elevator.
Wow.
Oh,
Having
Universities. Yes.
These restricting on the those.
Okay.
I don't know if the people familiar with the see. What I would just same idea to say. Find the church, having nature events going on in church, and then use a combination of the building, bed breakfast, or people who go to the house, visiting the street post.
Yeah.
That would be my recommendation in terms of neutral approach fees, approach conditions. As long as we all know that we're not going to have the product.
Yeah.
We're not saying no standards for something.
Yeah.
We can check this practices we have done in the past 5 years. Come up with something which is more hard.
Yes.
Gasoline and health costs are not going to eat. Food prices are one. The need for us for spiritual as well as social reflections among ourselves is great.
Yeah.
And it's going to continue to be something that by work and civilization. What we are doing is our average citizen wants to support us. Let's use it.
Yeah. Okay. Those are good points. Thank you very much, Gail, for bringing those up. So we'll keep you informed, but definitely this year we're going to St. John's in Truro, and we'll figure out all the other details over the summer. Is everybody okay with that? And it probably will be a lot less cost.
Oh, yeah.
So those people coming from a distance may end up having to get a hotel room. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Thank you. And the only thing left
yes.
is this document. You all have a small copy.
Yes.
This is the direct result of what we discussed at our AGM last year. If you remember, we polled everyone who was present about what they liked and didn't like about the training that they received when they received the training. And we put it into this document. We've gotten some feedback already and have changed one small portion of it about using what is it, the examine for spiritual discernment, and made it a broader statement saying some form of discernment or meditation should be brought up in the training. But so this is a living document. It will be changed as information comes in from the regions. I strongly recommend you bring this back to your parishes. Let your clergy or whoever is there see it, okay? Let them read it and see if you either do something like this in your parish, within a group of parishes, or within your region. But it has been approved by the bishop through, what's his name? What do you got?
Mike
McKenzie.
Mike McKenzie
has read this in detail, got back to us, and we will eventually have a statement when the bishop has the time that says that it has been approved by the bishop. Okay, it is coming. It's just that she's so busy. So please take it home. If you need an extra copy, there's a few extra copies there. If you need one for your rector or priest in charge, so you have one on
closing up shop.
Oh, I'm getting really close.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so is there anything else? Yep, Johnny?
Yeah. The larger copy.
Well, you see, you
You can take this one if you want to, okay? That's my copy. Yeah, I know. Oh, there's one coming that way now. There's one coming that way. There's
It's
one
also
coming.
on the website.
What's that?
Dave is saying it's also on the website.
It's on our website. You can read it online. But like the handbook and everything else, this curriculum is online. You can print it off, or you can read it when you get a chance.
Just on the other side.
Okay, but it's often nice to have one of these sitting around the office. Are there any other concerns or questions right now at this point? Yes, Claire. Oh, God.
Okay.
Claire?
The minutes that were approved were not the minutes that were in the diary.
No,
I have the diaconia here.
these are not the right minutes. Because
So-
this is the June
I have
20.
the diaconia online.
No wonder they were wrong.
I have the diaconia that I can fill up and look at the one that's there, and let's get that sorted out right now. So if you would give me that. That's clear for you. I'm telling you, if that woman wasn't in the room, I don't know where we'd be today. Honestly, just a minute, just let me look up diaconia.
I was asking something, now I forget what it was.
Sure. One thing is that bad for EJP.
I have others to take back, but yeah. I have another one to take back, so. Yeah.
Page 3, here we go, we're going. Let's do this and do it as well as we can, okay. The Diocesan Lay Ministers Association Annual General Meeting Minutes, June 14th, 2025. Okay, so let's start looking at this, see if I can make it a bit bigger.
So it's the right thing on this.
Okay, oh, shoot. Where was it? What did I do with it?
Break the whole.
Hey, Jim and
2026, that's it. I just, for some reason, I hit the wrong button and I apologize. Okay, let's do this. I want your eagle eyes on this, people.
That's a draft.
Diaconia Spring, there it is.
That's it, right there. Okay. Thank you very much, Stephen, for that. Here we go. Here we go. This is it. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger just so we can read it. Okay, that's a bit too big. All right. Is everybody looking at this? So I'm just gonna go slowly down through it. And Cheryl, can you look at the notes you made?
For the other ones,
You
yeah.
can make your notes on this diaconia,
Okay,
and then we'll have it, okay?
yeah.
All right, so we're just going down, the number of people who were in attendance. Regrets from the Reverend Dorothy Miller, Joanne McDonald, and Cheryl Murphy. Approval of the agenda AGM. June 14th, 2025. Okay, so please look along and let us know. Any changes to be made. Yeah, I think this is the original one. We were actually fixing the draft, I think. That's what we're doing.
Even that person's name is now correct.
Everything in here is perfect. Yeah, this is what was printed in the diaconia. Just, just if, it's just to kind of cast our eyes over it if it was something. So I think all the corrections. Oh, my name still has a
S on it.
on page 5, yeah.
Even your name is right there too.
That's correct. Yeah, well, this is the corrected one that was published, so.
Yeah, it's the one, okay. There they are. There's Claire, you're there in these.
Yeah, this is the right one. Thank you for so.
Okay, so it's just the S on your name.
Yeah, that's so far. Stephen as diaconia editor. So these are the complete minutes as published. And we did say.
Robert Ripley,
You're right.
Yes, yeah, that's a typo there.
But I know Robert Risley too.
Oh, do you?
I know of.
Okay, that's it.
Oh, did he? I know that Robert Risley.
So basically. By putting up the correct minutes that were published in the diaconia, there were just two name misspellings. That's all it was. So we'll let the minutes reflect that.
Yeah.
You okay with that?
Yep. I'm good with that.
Okay, everybody, what time is it? 2:50. And we said we'd be out by. You guys are the boss. This is what we're. Yep.
One moment before then, St. John's just has a small welcoming gift for our new Reverend our base.
Oh. They're not much of them.
I never expected a gift. Well, this has been quite the AGM.
Heard.
So could we ask that the kitchen staff come out too?
Yes, please.
Farmers market. Oh, a lot of hopes, by the way.
Oh.
Lots of cards. And coffee.
You don't like coffee, do you?
Oh, yes. I haven't tried this one. Is this locally? That's from the market. Hey, yeah. Try that. Oh, there's more. Oh, an apricot ginger jam. Like, thank you all so much.
Thank you to the parish of St. John's.
Anyway.
Delicious meal. Thank you. Thanks so much. And beautiful flowers. Absolutely.
They're all on one side of the table. Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
It's wonderful. Welcome to the thing. Safe travel home, no leave without fixing duty of it. Yeah.
No, no, that's right.
So.
That's about-
Great. Yeah, nice. Thanks.
Makes me feel special.
And I saw this from the picture at one with my local thing.
Yes.
This is the farmer's market of your neighbor cooking. And I thought, so it's
Perfect. I love good coffee and local. It's
Thank you very much for coming.
thanks.
Will be at. Okay, and on the 12th. 2027, happy birthday to me. Right now. The happy birthday.
Thank you for
So is there a parish here that might, oh. All right. Okay. So what is your parish? St. Luke's in Hubbards is going to,
St. Luke's in Hubbards?
yep.
Oh, huh?
That's for the AGM.
Yeah. Okay.
That's for the AGM. Oh, it's not nice.
If they're switched around, the date we don't have.
Yes, we do. June 12th, 2027.
Okay, but you talked about switching. On to the-
We won't do that now. We'll talk to them later, but thank you so much. We do.
Stephen made one already.
Stephen made the motion to adjourn at 2:35.
2:35.
Inside right now. Have a safe journey.
Oh, for the grace.
Yeah. Stand up and say the grace. Look. Yeah, everybody. Paul, are you with us? Are you gonna come and join in the grace? Yeah. We hold hands. Okay, are you ready?
Grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, and the love of God, and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us all evermore. Amen.
Safe journeys home and enjoy concerts or games.
Thanks so much.